Okay, so I've left this quite late, so we're going to find out if the microphone works. Now, we're going to have to get the viewers to commentate, but hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Ero Ps F3, the European Racing Organisation. We are at the Austrian Grand Prix for the third round of Season 8. We have 19 drivers today, and we also have, very excited to say, a sprint round. So, if you're not familiar, I imagine you are. I hope you are, certainly hope you are. We will have a short qualifying session, followed by a 12 lap sprint race, and then a 36 lap full race. Points apply as real life do, so first the sprint race will get 8 points, eighth sprint race will get 1 point, and you can kind of add it up as you go. It's going to be a very long session. It's going to be a bit daunting. We will be using, I can guarantee, we'll be using driver interviews during the race to spice things up. It might take a while. We are in a party already with Alex Hugst. He cannot hear me. He will need to join back. But he was supposed to be commentating today, and he decided, no, I'm going to race. So I may have a broken back, but that shouldn't stop me from being good. I don't know. I can't comment. But we're going to see. We're going to see. And I am very excited to see. Pardon me. Our championship leader is here today. Ero Ps F3. He's second, but he has the same amount of points. Also here. Goldsick, not here unfortunately. He has some things to sort out. But for Geodude here, Murphy here. Essentially, what I'm saying is everyone who in F3 is here. I'm very, very excited to say the least. We also have a new addition to F3, Bankst. You may remember him from previous Aero seasons, but he's returned. It took a few rounds to get into it, but he's got his motivation back. He's ready to drive again. Very excited to see what he can do. Knowing of him, I know he can do good things. He was in the All-Star race last year. He is a talented driver, and he should add a bit of spice to this division that we don't need, but we would like. There is also a special guest from F5 in the name of Fat Nake. Yes, Banks is very quick. Fat Nake is supposed to be in F5, but you couldn't race, and we thought, let's try him out in F3 anyway. We'll see. We'll find out as Eulermans. It's a 106.3, the first lap of the day. We're going to see how Fat Nake is. There's also a special guest in TRH Rudwell X, who we're not seeing much of in this tier because he's not in this tier, but he is going pole so far, 105.781. So he has some pace, but he's from F4. He got second in F4 around the very same track as Shalasco, now going pole. The times will ramp up with JD Bailey going on 105. All that, and Captain Emre with a 105.4. It's a 5.48. You see, these lap times are already ramping up, so let's see what's going on. I'm going to find out who is on the closest lap. Now, I win, and he goes pole. The tiniest of fractions ahead of Captain Emre, but just enough to see him across the line. And Lockett Glout, who's just escaped me, then goes pole himself. Wow, these times are really ramping up already. Apo and Reload are not setting the amazing times, but they're solid times. Expect them to improve. And now, who was that? Smerteroni with 129.7, not a serious lap. Ennis going pole with a 105.2. Okay. I'm very interested to see what Alex Hughes can do, I must say. We don't know how fast he is without his wheel. As Banks proving immediately that he belongs in Formula 3. A 105.1. Fantastic little lap time there. Really, really, really good stuff. And Yeast, what is the time Yeast can do? It's a 113.3, so it's not his best lap time, admittedly. But he has to get back into the swing of things. I'm still excited. I have to say, I really do have to say myself. I think there's good things on the horizon. Now let's see what time Susie can do. Hits 1 minute just about hitting the apex of the final corner. Across the line, and Susie's going to pick himself P6. Very respectable time, a 105.6. Obviously, there are not many corners around the Red Bull Ring. It's a very, very short track. There is, if I am correct, only 10 corners. Not many opportunities to make up time. But with a short lap, no, it applies to everyone. It evens out ultimately. What can I say? I have got a Discord notification which suggests that my microphone may not be on. So I'm going to have to sort that out immediately. Then I'm actually going to try and very quickly do something. If I can manage to invite them. I don't know what's going on here. No, it very much seems like this is broken. But we may be getting someone else into the lobby. I know I'm going off topic slightly. Let me see. Feel free. Right. Race. Only in qualifying. Right now. I'm going to take this opportunity to have a drink because I am, for whatever reason, gasping. People haven't complained about my microphone yet, which means that I'm not doing too bad, thankfully. A lovely Pepsi. A lovely Pepsi to wake me up. Alex Yeast, by the way, and Smetteroni, a 106 flat and a 106.3 respectively, putting themselves back into the mix and showing they do have a bit of pace. A 129 obviously was Smetteroni's best attempt, so I'm happy to see. I'm very happy to see he has more time in the bank. Trying to work out who's the next. JD Bailey's letting someone through, but I have a feeling that Williams may also be coming into the pit lane. Yes, he is. And following next, yeah, lots of people on their outlaps now. Can't really find someone who's not on an outlap, to be honest, or an in-lap. Possibly Reload Deer, he is sending it. Looks very much like he's on a lap. Coming around the final corners. Turn 9, ooh, would have liked to be closer to the apex. What about turn 10? Oh, he absolutely nails it. That was actually a very lovely entry. What's the time going to be? It's going to be a 106 flat, but only puts in P15. It's Andres, the first man to hit the 105 flat. There. And, oh, there appears to be a crash. Not just any old crash, not a spin, but an actual takeout there. Possibly in order, we might have to do a lobby reset, unfortunately, but I was getting a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Yulman. Yulman saying the slowest lap time so far, so he will almost certainly be starting from the back, which is really unfortunate for him. I do feel rather bad. But what can you do? This is racing. Unpredictable things happen in racing. And that is a part of life, as Demetrius is starting his first lap. Let's see, who's on a lap? Andreas is coming into the pit lane. I want to say maybe... Oh, someone in the wall, and it appears to be Iwan, the man who made contact with Gilman, possibly has damage on his front wing. You'll never know. Let's see, there's only 8 people watching. Susie starts his flying lap. We have Smedteroni coming round. Front corner also sliding a flying lap. Who is it sliding a flying lap? Oh, look at Clout isn't, and he goes 105.2 on the dot, putting him up into P3. A man who very much looks like one of the quickest people we have in F3. I expect him to be a title challenger. Absolutely. Alex is seemingly not able to improve. Who is going on that now? Captain Emre into the pit lane, unfortunately. But the Alpine of Apo has invalidated his outlap on the final corner, which means that unfortunately for him, he has no luck. But Demetrius is a 105.3 and he puts in P6, and that's a respectable lap time actually. The man who won last time out in Miami. I'm trying to think, is there anything interesting for me to say? There was a few steward reports. What's going on? What have I seen in the general? My apologies, I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh dear, I've let you down, I'm so sorry. But Alex Yeast coming around the final corner, he's going to set a new lap time. If it's in P9, a 105.5. I mean, I think he's going to be happy with that. For a man, he wasn't expecting much. He wasn't really expecting. Okay, maybe that corner wasn't the best, but he wasn't expecting to be doing particularly well. The expectation is that it will return at some point after a crash. Hopefully, God forbid, that doesn't happen. But I think he's got to be happy with that lap time. Apo appears to be setting another lap time. Nope. It's 117, but this will be his flying lap, and it might as well do the track guides. Going up to the first corner, it's an uphill braking zone. You can brake a bit later, up into fourth gear. Accelerate out of the final corner. It's a very high corner, especially if you hit the curve. The sausage curbs, not the best. Up the straight, turn 2, a little kink, but turn 3, another uphill braking zone into gear 2. Very easy to lose the car on traction coming out of turn 3, but Apo appears to have nailed it, the man who won in the first round at Silverstone. Breaking down into turn 5. Lovely stuff on the curb again. You couldn't do it much more perfectly. Turn 6 and turn 7, very, very similar corners, going down a hill. Quite long, loopy corners, very easy to get it wrong on the entry, and that will ruin your exit. But Apo does get it spot on. Turn 8 a little kink, and then turn 9 again, very similar to turn 6 and 7, almost inverted. Doesn't quite invalidate. Ooh, right on the edge. Gets it again. And into 7th gear, and he goes P13, so not the best lap, but it looked nice. It was on the fine margins there. A 105.6 from the man, for the man from Finland. Who is next? I believe you've got possibly JD Bailey. No, we don't. Fat Nick. No, Fat Nick not quite. He's invalidated his lap time, unfortunately. Next up would be a Geodude, I want to say, but he's coming into the pit lane. Seems like not a lot of people happy with their laps. We have 5 minutes of this session remaining. Which does mean that I think there's going to be a bit of waiting period. People waiting for their final run, which I expect to become soon. Let me look at my invite. I don't see any invites. Do I have an invite or a request? No, I don't. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't quite see it, Edgar. Let me think of who could invite you. Someone there. Okay, that's not the best of news, unfortunately. Let me go. I know, actually. Let me see. Corner plump. Ivan starting his lap. I believe it is actually a Ferrari. Susie can't improve. 2 seconds off. Must have been a mistake somewhere, but he has enough ERS to go for another lap. Austria is one of the few tracks where you can do 2 flying laps, or maybe 2 cool down laps and then the flying lap. It's so short that the minimum amount of fuel you can put in an F1 car is still too much fuel. So fortunately for someone like Susie, it was a bit of a bad lap, but he gets to go again. We have a yellow flag and we have a spinner. I want to say that may be JD Bailey. Unfortunately, it is, although he recovers into the pit lane. P6 might have enough time to set another lap, but it will be rather tight. Not what you want. Andres appears to be on a lap, but it's 6 seconds slower, so I don't think it's going to be anything amazing. But again, he also has the ERS to go again, a very, very valuable commodity. Susie also trying to go again. He didn't do a great first lap, but he did a pretty good second lap, doing in P7. He was only a reserve 2 races ago. No, he's still a reserve. What am I talking about? Denise and Judy starting very close together. It looks like they're trying to do a bit of slipstream. So that's really, really good teamwork. As Jack has retired in the pit lane. That's unfortunate for him. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Good teamwork from the Mercedes. Another yellow flag in the second sector, and it appears to be Susie out of fuel. Reaper everything into that lap to get in P7. Lovely stuff. We have another yellow flag in the second sector, and I want to say possibly Andreas. Yeah, not doing the best out. You see his tyres. It's got the sand on them, so maybe a bit of a bottle. Lokic starting his out lap. Expect him to be at the top. I have no doubt about that. Murphy also starting his lap. But Tamesis has pinned it on the final corner, and that will be the end of his qualifying. He has damage on the front wing. That is really, really unfortunate for him. Oh dear. We also have Ennis appearing to get a bit wayward there. But recovering the car in the end. No one's setting blistering lap times right now. I think most people starting their lap rather than finishing it. Apo is finishing, however, and can he improve? Only just, but it puts him P11 at 105.4. Who is he followed by? Possibly Andreas. No, not quite. It might have been Yeast, but Yeast not being able to improve. I went up next, stays P14. But with the ERS, qualifying is not over just yet. Captain Emery starting his lap time now. Ennis as well. There appears to be someone going very slowly. Apo, not too sure what's going on here. Maybe he's run out of fuel. Lokic Glau going pole with a 104.9. Very fantastic lap. The first man to get into the 104s. We're going to see, can anyone beat it? I'm not so sure. That looks like a very good lap time. Geodude is going to give it a try. He hasn't validated, however. A very odd train behind him. That's not really how people usually conduct this. But whatever. Banks going P2. The reserve on his first time out. That is an incredible little lap time by him. Really impressed to see him on the pace immediately. As we have a Red Bull of Yeast spinning out in the final sector. Next up, we have Shwalasco crossing the line, but he can't improve. So he does have the time to go again, although I think he might be a bit low on fuel when he has invalidated that lap. So that is the end of his session. Who's going to be next across the line then? I believe it's going to be Captain Emre. No, Iwan ruined it. Look at Cloud is going for another lap, but it's a bit slow. He knows that time might be hard to beat. Very hard to beat. There's a few retirements on track now. Some people, they know their qualifying's over. You can't blame them. Rogerwell, one of those people. Very, very slow. I want to say second sector possibly. And then we have Ennis. Ennis choosing to go into the pit lane. Banks trying to improve, but not quite. Not enough ERS in the tank. Apo up. No, not Apo up next. It's actually his teammate, Reload D up. Can he improve? Oh, so marginal, but he just stays exactly where he is, P17. Vatnik not able to improve, unfortunately, so he will start from the back of the grid for tonight's session. Apo round the final corner. You expect him to be able to put in a good lap time. I know he has it in him. What's it going to be? Nothing. It's going to be 18 seconds slow. I don't know why I was even bothering watching that. What a waste of my time. Oh dear. But unfortunately, that is the end of qualifying. Yeah, Apo wasn't even driving anymore. Ignore me. But look at Clout on pole position again. It feels like quite a regular sight now. Followed by Bankst in P2, the Hungarian man. Well, he's not Hungarian. What? Iwan will be sighting P8, unfortunately, after a 5 grid place drop. Andreas in P4. Enray and Ennis making up the third row of the grid, followed by JD Bailey and Roger Well. Susie and Demesis round out the top 10 with Gio and Apo in 11th and 12th, with Smirteroni, Murphy, Yeast, Schwalasco, Reloader, Yulman and Fatnik rounding out the grid. That was a lovely qualifying session. I've been trying to do a bit of admin. It's not quite worked. We're going to see what's happened now. I'm not sure if Edgar feels able to get into the session. He may be on the grid. He might not be on the grid. Andreas was claiming a bit of interference there during his qualifying. Edgar Phil was trying to get into the session and was requesting to join, and Andreas, the message may have not been received. But unfortunately, I don't think Edgar Phil is going to be racing with us. But he won in F4. He's already proved his worth at this circuit. He doesn't need to race with us. No formation lap because of the glitch. Everything is glitched in this game. But away we go. Lucky Glab getting a fantastic start in the lead, and his camera angle is ditching us. Banks getting an even better start though, down the inside of turn 1, and Banks straight into the lead. Easy move. No spinners, it appears. Oh, my apologies. Roger Well has spun down into last position. Rocket Cloud also losing out to Iwan, whose grid penalty applies for the main race. My apologies, not the sprint race. Can't see any of the action further back, but lots of people going wide. Alex East going into the ghost mode. I'm not entirely sure why, but overall, I've got to say, I'm pretty happy with that. Racing hasn't been too dangerous, as Alex East looks like he gets a corner cut warning there. We got a yellow flag behind, and it's Schwalasco and Smirteroni who've span out. That must be contact between those two, which is really unfortunate. Doesn't appear to be any damage, though. Can't see any end plate damage. They should be back up and running relatively quickly, and if they're fast enough, they can catch this group before the end of the sprint. We have another yellow flag, though, as Iwan span out, and there's also Alex Yeast going flying at the final corner. Ivan with a bit of a dangerous rejoin, but rejoins in P14. Yeast now rounding out the back of the grid, and he's into the pit lane, possibly joining us to already talk about how bad his race was. We're going to see, though. We've got a predicted pit stop strategy, mediums, hards. You can definitely go soft, and I unfortunately did not look at that. Only one person on soft, JD Bailey. Very bold strategy. Maybe Yeast as well. There's overtakes in the back of the field. Fat Nick, a fantastic start for him, up into P10. Geodude looking down the inside of turn 4. Is he going to make it happen? Ooh, it's close. Maybe contact, but no, actually relatively clean. Really happy to see that. But Fat Nick holding the position for now. Geodude not able to improve up into P10. Seems to have dropped a few positions. If we're going to go to the position screen, Fatnik making up the most positions, 9 positions. That is really, really good for the man who's supposed to be in F5. Not supposed to be here, but he's making his name known. And massive crash. Andreas is out already. Only 2 laps in, and we may have a safety car. I'm waiting for it to be called out. It's a crash, not on the racing line, but it was a pretty big crash, and it doesn't appear like the safety car cares. That is fair enough. Yeast also opting to stay in the lobby. I'm quite proud of him for that. Didn't think he had damage, but, it's whatever. Maybe saving those softs for the safety car stint at the end. But not a good race for Red Bull so far. Oh, Fatnik being sent a bit wide, possibly pushed off, but it gets to rejoin, still in P10. Not lost too much as Smirteroni, Yulman, and Yeast in the pit lane does retire at the end of the second lap for him. You can see in the background Susie and Iwan going too wide, but Iwan getting the position unless Susie can dive into turn 6, and he does. Will there be contact? No, not quite. Great side-by-side racing also with Yulman and Roger Well securing P12, and there's another spinner. I don't know who. It's a Geodude. No, got second last time out in Miami. Not looking like that's going to happen again today. But looking down further up the field, Banks in P1 is being caught by Lucky Cloud by Captain Emre, who was in F1 last year, if you don't remember briefly. Captain Emre hunting down his teammate and Banks along DRS train down. We're going to look a bit further down the field as Roger Well involved in a fantastic battle in F4. Looks like he's going to be involved in another one again. Is he going to dive it? No, not quite. But Susie making a fantastic overtake on Yollerman. A lot of space, rough racing, but good enough as Murphy might have lost a bit of traction, but he's being swamped by the midfield here. Fatnik really holding these cars up. This is a defensive masterclass for now. Murphy forced to go very inside. Fatnik possibly pushing Yollerman out to the outside. I'm not sure, but this is really, really good defensive driving. But he is separating himself from the point scorers in the front of the pack. P9 doesn't score any points, unfortunately. Fatnik might have to get a push on, hope for a safety car, or he's just content holding people up, and it's working. You cannot say that isn't working. Already gaining 10 positions. Really, really, really good stuff. Yeast appears to not be joining me back, so I'm not too sure what's going on. As the Mercedes lap 5 commences. Anyone going for a move up here? Possibly Apo and JD Bailey. Yes, he does. He's going to dive it. Oh, can he make it work on the apex? Not pushing wide, but on traction, JD Bailey gets much, much better control of the car. We have another move down at the back. Fatnik desperately holding on for these positions, but Susie able to get past for now. Iwan reclaiming his P12, going past Yollerman on the outside. Oh, it looks like Roger Well was going to go down the inside of Yollerman. This is incredible battling. Roger Well with a lovely overtake there. Iwan looks like he loses control on the exit of turn 4, and there's a spinner. There is a spinner, and it's Ennis. Albanian Ennis spins off, but he's going to stay in front of Fatnik, it appears. Yollerman with a 3-second time penalty. But this is carnage. This is too much carnage for one man to commentate. Oh, God. What is going on? Iwan getting the best of Roger Well as now. And this is... Oh, my God. Roger Well's died. Roger Well has died. That was... I'm not too sure what happened. Is the safety car even on? I'm going to have to check if the safety car's on, but this action is incredible. So far, Fatnik is fighting for his life. And Ennis being able to spin that far, well, lose that much time and still be ahead of Fatnik. It's incredible. Fatnik really, really, really defending with absolutely everything he has. And the guys behind must be getting very frustrated because they are stuck. Even Velasco and Smerteroni, they were not in this pack, but they've caught up about 5 seconds in 5 laps. I'm going to look to the front of the field just briefly, but I feel like betraying the midfield might be a bit of harsh. Safety car is on. Why is it not working then? Because Roger Well just got sent to hell. But I'm going to look back down the pack. Can I see what's going on? Not really. These camera angles are still not good. I'm going to just resort back to the normal camera angle. It works better. Looking up the field. Lucky Cloud. Is he going to go for a dive? No, he thinks better of it. He's going to use the third DRS straight. Let's get that ERS on, I imagine. No. He is being very composed here. That's one thing he's known for. I mean, unfortunately, in Miami, it could have been so much better if he hadn't spun on the final lap. And Silverstone, he ran out of fuel. But if those two things hadn't happened, his points total would look incredible right now. But this time, maybe he's a bit more of a composed approach. There does appear to be battling back in the midfield here. Yollerman and Murphy side by side into turn 3 as Rocky Cloud gets a time penalty. Goes against what I've said. I were now looking to get involved here. Right down the inside of turn 6. And that is a lovely overtake. Murphy simply couldn't do anything about it. But Murphy looking like on the exit of turn 7. Wow. On the exit of turn 7 going into turn 8 and turn 9 now. Murphy getting a fantastic exit and manages to re-overtake for P12. This is a lovely, lovely move. Lovely battling, I have to say. Again, as we go yellow flag for a Geodude spinning once more. Wow, I'm out of breath with just how good this is. This battling has been immense so far. The top 3 running away with things currently. Middle pack, there's Smerteroni and Trasco. Ivan spinned it. Binned it on the first plate. He's retired on track, which is unfortunately a penalty. Um, but this is lovely, lovely stuff. What is going on back here? We got Ennis gone again. Ennis has spun it again. That is not good for his race. The main race, he's going to be starting quite far back. And he spinned it once more. Really, really, really bad. Showing there. Fatnik keeping this position. And not too slow. Actually, not too slow to Susie. So he's shown that he does have a bit of pace in the bag. He just wasn't using it. He wasn't trying to use it. He was trying to slow people down. And it worked. And P9 now, he's now actually got out of the DRS of Yulliman. Yulliman might be able to catch, but it will be tough. Little train behind Murphy. Well, the Williams and the Haas's, you'd think, working together. Maybe also again together against each other, of course. As Lockett Glau is going for the lead of the race, going round the outside, but it's not quite worked. Banks actually getting a much better exit, and now Lockett Glau's teammate, the Alpha Tower, he's battling. Oh, this is lovely stuff. Who's going to get the lead or get second place into turn 4? And it was like Emre. He's running out of ERS, but in the lead on the exit of turn 3. He's looking like going to go around the outside of turn 5. Oh, it looks like he thought about it, but just didn't have the speed. Captain Emre securing second for now, but it does mean that Banks is out of DRS range of the guys behind and could possibly run away to secure a very easy P1 in the sprint race. We're going to have to look to the back of the field again. As Murphy is now in P10 in front of both Haas's. Velasco right up to the rear of them. This battle has been insane. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. This is not my job. My job is to commentate boring races. What are you lot doing? Fatnik is unfortunately being caught now. He's lost about 3 seconds to Susie in 2 laps. Not sure what happened there. But Murphy hunting him down. So is Yolleman. And JD Bailey spun it, I want to say. Oh my god. 3 wide. The Alpines and a Ferrari sandwich. And I want to say JD Bailey's got the best exit. Yes, he has. But those soft tyres are clearly wearing for him now as both Alpines catch him at a severe rate of knots. Same for Fatnik, getting caught by the guys behind. I want to focus on the lead, I really do, but this action is overwhelming. This is incredible. Oh, this is amazing. Going back, might as well go back to the Alpines that are right on the rear of Jack. They're swarming him like flies. They know that when their tyres, JD Bailey's tyres, they're not going to last very long. Not going to last long. And I will say, Iwan's just said this fighting is insane. It does seem incredibly intense. This Apo going around the inside, or possibly thinks better of it, pulls out into turn 1. And Jack actually goes. That may have been contact. I'm not sure, but Jack Bailey going up the first corner keeps his front wing intact, minus a right wing end plate lossage. But he has 13 seconds to the guys behind, so he should be fine. Murphy going wide, trying to get around the outside of Fatnik. Joshua Marshall, I'm going to stop saying Fatnik now. Smerteroni capitalising. Smerteroni going to dive in on Fatnik. No, oh dear. No, he doesn't. Not for now. But these guys are really not able to get past Fatnik. I don't want to track with so many DRS zones. You'd think it'd be quite easy. Ennis overtaking a Geodude. Or being overtaken, actually, a Geodude who's got the DRS. Doesn't appear like either of them have the DRS. So it's going to be a perfect drag race down to turn 4. Who's going to get the lead? Oh, looked like it was a bit of contact, but Ennis was the one to lose out. Shouldn't be a penalty there. Some cutting the track and getting another time penalty. But securing P14 officially, provisionally at least, Banks is flying away with it now. Emre not quite catching up, but using all of his ERS. This is the final lap of the race already. The sprint race has flown by. Trying to think, let's see what's going on there. Reload Diaz, he's going to go for a move on his teammate. Not quite, thinks better of it for now. But on the final straight, he's going to use all of his ERS. Apo saving better though. Apo will get a power surcharge there. But Reload DR expects to go down the inside of turn 4. No, he thinks better of it. Preserve the teammate relationship. Very, very good thinking if I say so myself. Jack securing P8, thankfully. Nothing too bad happening there. It looks like Apo is going to come round in P5. Not too sure. Oh, no, no. What am I watching? Somehow, Reload Dia actually made an overtake. Maybe in turn 5 going into turn 6. But Reload Dia somehow getting in the lead as Banks wins the Austrian sprint race, followed by Captain Henry and looking loud. Tomisis securing a relatively simple P4. Reload Dia just getting ahead of Apo, followed by Susie coming across the line in P7 in the second ever race in ERO. Jack's going to get... He's going to get... Oh, I think Jack actually may have spun again, but Jack is going to get 1 point there. Fat Nick rounding out the top 10 with Murphy getting P9 courtesy of penalties. Oh my god. I'm aware that may have not been the best commentary, but it was commentary nonetheless. Wow. That's tiring. That is really tiring. Poor Beck not able to race with us today. Wow, wow, wow. So, yep, you can see there, Banks, the winner of the sprint race, followed by Captain Henry. Looking out, those Alpha Tauris are looking at a menacing team, I have to say. So the Alpines as well, looking at that, and the Ferraris. Wow, this is beautiful. And I've just skipped. I'm so sorry. Duh. But you see the top 8 at least. You saw them already. Everyone else is just, well, that was insane. I do have to say that was insane. Maybe shouldn't be me saying it, but who cares? So first place was Banks, a very new addition to Ero, with 8 points for him, followed by Captain Emre. Lokic now. You're going to see when the points come out as well. And it is a wet Austrian GP. That is even more exciting for us. Wowee. Who got 4th? Tomisis, wasn't it? Tomisis got 4th. No, 5th. Wait, 5 points. You know what I mean. Then it was Reloadia. Sorry about this. I have to count in my head. This does mean that going into the full race, Tomisis is your champion. So that would be interesting to see. Give me ER. Leave me alone with Tinio. Stop talking to me. Okay, well, the main race is getting ahead, so we're going to have to leave the point scoring to a bit later. 5 lights and away we go for the main race. We are wet in Spielberg, as we are in real life for the Italian F4 Championship. Banks with an incredible start. Tomisis with an even better one, though. Can't even think, where did Look It Loud go? P5. Shocking start from him. Would have been really disappointed with that, I have to imagine. Captain Enray only losing 1 position, but Reload Dia on an absolute charge. Enray securing the inside into turn 3. Is he going to get the move done? Yes, he does. Oh, tiny bit of contact. Going wide. Look at the midfield. Is anyone going to lose traction? Surprisingly not. Actually, surprisingly clean. I expected someone to lose it. But that was pretty good. I'm quite happy to see that. Fat Nick securing P8 there. We've got a few overtakes in the midfield. No crashing again. People in the wets, people are playing this sensibly. People are playing this calm. This is lovely to see. Really, really nice to see. Andreas appears to have binned it again. Oh dear. And Eric's Yeast going a bit off track. There may have been contact between the Red Bull teammates there. I don't want to say anything, but that's unfortunate. Captain Enray losing traction out of turn 7/8, falling down to P6. And wow, this has been a good start already. Banks securing his lead, getting the fastest lap. 4 now, obviously. Roger Well, who else is there? Gio may have spun wide. Looked like it was 3 wide at one point, but there is 2 wide. Roger Well and Yulman, who's going to secure the position? We're not going to see. There's an M plate gone. I believe that might have been a Geodude's M plate. I'm not too sure. Could have been Murphy's as well. But Roger Well securing the position. Ivan sneaking by as well. I can't believe Ivan's there. We weren't talking about him, but Ivan now getting into P12. Slamming the door on Roger Well, allowing Yulman to get through. We've got a yellow flag behind. Who's it for? I'm going to guess it was... I guess Murphy, Span, and possibly also, maybe they collected each other. I don't know. I have to be honest, I do not know if this race is going to dry. It doesn't look like the wettest Spielberg I've ever seen. But it could throw up a surprise. I'm excited to see. We got Another 34 laps of Spielberg action. We've already had 14. As Ivan going wide at turn 8 just about saves the car, but does his point scoring chances no good, have to say. Yeast getting through in the inside, P16. Yeast getting adjusted to his controller still. He's taking its toll on him. On a wheel he is much faster, but he appears to be getting there. The man with the broken back. And well, Tomatis on these wets, intermediates, not too far behind Banks, considering they started 4 places apart. There is a chance of Tomatis catching up. I want to see their ERS totals. In fact, identical. So we've got relatively the same pace there. Excited to see who's going to catch up. Murphy, a legal overtake somewhere, but with this game, it will probably be removed if he chooses not to pit. Susie forced to go ride. He'd have to an overtake with Smergeroni, and Smergeroni's teammate Yulman capitalising. Can he go around the outside of turn 5? Oh, no, not quite. A Geodude also looking to capitalise on that mistake. Much easier to go around the inside of turn 6, and he secures the move. I want to say, yes he does, yes he does. Yulman falls behind to P13. Roger Well at the back of this pack, and it's just behind him. We got another spinner, massive crash. Susie and Roger Well are gone. Not Susie. What's going on? Okay, this is a terrible, terrible TV pod. What is these camera angles are awful, but we do have the safety car deployed. That is no surprise to just about anyone. I want to say, from what I saw, I don't believe Susie has a front wing. Let me see. We're a bit far behind to see, but I'm pretty sure Susie very much involved in that, possibly on the exit of turn 9, losing the car one way, steering the other way, then spinning across the racing line, connecting Yulman and collecting Roger Well. But that is unfortunately the end of the race for 2 men. Rip, I forgot to change my fuel on that. How much fuel do you have, Apo? Focus on the racing though. Gonna see, what is everyone saying? Well, it was carnage. It is absolutely carnage in Spielberg today. I am out of breath watching this stuff. People are Rodwell is not too happy about it, but I can completely understand why. That was a very, very big collision. And that is his race over, but he did get a podium in F4. He cannot complain too much. We allowed him to guest star in F3. He was doing alright. I mean, Fatnik very much controlling the speed. I don't know how Fatnik has got here in P7, but you have to say it's very good. It's a very good performance so far. This is the type of performance that Fernando Alonso would approve of at Hungary. Perez at Dubai. Fatnik at Austria. You know, these are title-winning performances. These are the best. We've got yellow flags out. I think this is a good time to say, if you would like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do. We would absolutely love your subscription. If you'd like to get involved in the racing, if you check the description below, there will be a Discord link, and when you join it, you'll join the European Racing Organisation. You'll get to watch us, get to talk to us, and get to race with us if you sign up, obviously. I can't say what tier you'll be in, but we have 5 tiers across across PlayStation, and 4 tiers on PC, including some Xbox people. So if you're on Xbox, feel free to sign up, and we can see what tier we'll get you into. We're not trying to make every tier crossplay, but some can. Like the video as well as Susie. I believe Susie's into the pit lane, or was it? What's going on? Oh, Murphy skipping ahead. Yeah, that makes sense. So Murphy did lose an end play. I fully expect him to replace his front wing during this pit stop. And while it's a terrible camera angle, yes, he does. Serving a 5-second penalty as well, so he will not be able to get that removed. But I think this is a very good time to pit under the safety car. You're not losing much time. You're only losing 1 position to Andreas. So it makes sense. I think that's an intelligent move there. And he is on, was that hard compound tyres? Was that, did I see that wrong? Onto the hards. Off he goes. What on earth? Is this track drying out more than I already realised? It, it, it looks wet, but the idea of it drying out doesn't look too foreign. This looks like a distant, not a distant, this looks like a good possibility here actually. I'm really interested to see what goes on here. 4 yellow flags out, obviously, if you weren't aware, or if you didn't get to see Susie having a massive crash with Yulman and Rogerwell. Unfortunately caught up, those two DNF, Susie just about in the race still. And Fatnik holding position. I'm really enjoying this. And the safety car coming in, that is really late. And that is cruel to Murphy. That is a really cruel safety car restart to Murphy. What on earth? That is way, yeah, 5-second penalty for Tomesis crashing into Banks, but I understand it seems to be quite a logjam here. What is going on? Banks straight into the pit lane. Looks like he's going to put onto possibly dry tyres. He has got the memo here. Unless Murphy, these hard tyres really need to work for Murphy, unless this is not worth it. But we are back underway racing. Ivan getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Banks onto the medium tyre. No one else opting to pit. Oh, sorry, apart from Murphy. But that doing there. Speaking in the pit lane does not help his cause. Rio Gia looking to go down the inside of turn 3. Lovely, lovely stuff. Look at that, having to go to first gear. And he gets stuck in first gear. Oh, how unfortunate. Rio Dia getting a fantastic exit. Shalasco also capitalising to go P3. Schmerteroni just about getting in the overtake on Agio, but Agio could look lay on the outside. Nope, thinks better of it. But Ennis down the inside of Agio. Who's going to get the move? I'm sorry, Roger Well, but you got to race yesterday, so, you know. Ennis losing traction and going behind Alex Geese now. This is carnage again. But we got a little bit of a train forming. Tomesis flying away with things. But I want to say, are the medium runners gaining? I'm not so sure. I'm really not sure. Ivan, at least, yeah, they're all Reload D are actually. What's that? So, sure. I think who's pitting? Reload D is into the pit lane for the way look at Clout. So it does appear to be drying quite quickly. How many people are into the pit lane? Looks about 5 people. I want to say 5 people have opted to pit. And the back marker's already there. Who's going to come out ahead? Banks, all the guys that stayed out an extra lap. It looks like Banks is going to dominate them, actually. So Banks, through he goes. Is he going to get a big margin? Yeah, massive margin. And it does seem like pitting early, even for Murphy, who you'd think would have lost out with the safety car coming out so late. Well, Murphy could have been winning this race, could have been leading this race, admittedly. He still did lose out. But absolutely, there is no question. The rain has stopped. This track is drying, and the Styria is getting incredibly exciting. So let me see what's going on. Who is in the lead? It's still Tomesis. Does have a penalty, however, for a collision with Banks. It looks like maybe an illegal pit lane entry. It's not severe, but as usual, if people start to report these issues, I will report as well, just to even the playing field. And everyone's pitting now. Tomesis having his 5-second penalty and a front wing change, so that has crippled his race. I expect everyone to get out ahead of him. And Banks setting a 1:10, a flying lap, and Banks is going to dominate this race now. Oh my lord, what a strategy. You'd think pitting as the safety car ends is always a negative, but not today. Reload DR getting straight up into P2 as well. This is a fantastic strategy. Tomesis all the way down in P15. Oh dear. Is there any battling down behind as DRS gets enabled, which means the game officially believes this to be a dry circuit? I don't know. I don't see any battling as of yet. Oh, Fat Nick possibly go for an overtake on Iwan. He's not using the ERS. And Iwan is actually speeding away. Fat Nick, I don't expect him to dive into it. Ooh, nearly makes contact, but just about survives. Can hear why this is going, it's awful. Murphy into P5. What could have been if the safety car had stayed out an extra lap like it should have done? But P5 for him, and he can absolutely go to the end of the race on these tyres. I'm not so sure if everyone else can. I mean, you think 9:36, so 27 laps on the mediums. It's possible. Barry Kruger proved in F5. 27 laps on the mediums is possible. But is it good? Is it what you would want to be on? I'm not so sure. At the end of this race, Murphy will be very strong here, and he has his teammate for support to drag him up the field, only a few tenths away on track. As JD Bailey goes down the inside of Gio, or outside for turn 2. Gio using all of his ERS, but you expect Jack to go for a send into turn 3, and he makes it, doesn't push him wide. Gio opts to go wide. That was a lovely move from Jack, also getting the DRS. Gio not so fortunate. Yeast also not so fortunate. I would have thought Yeast would get the DRS, but as you can see there, Gio has no ERS either. Yeast saving his ERS on 60%, getting into the rhythm of things as Ennis tries to go around the outside of Andreas, but fails. To me, this race has also been just absolutely gutted, as Iwin gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting turn 8. A very, very easy place to cut. Also a very dangerous place. But Banks is running away with things, as Lucky Lout appears to be stuck behind Real Idea, but not for very long. Lucky Lout immediately setting the fastest up of the race, getting past Real Idea. But Real Idea is going to get DRS on the second straight, up the hill to turn 3. Yeah, it's activated. Real Idea is using the ERS. Lucky Lout has no ERS. I expect Real Idea to go for a move down the inside of turn 3, or does he think better of it? Thinks better of it. He does make possibly a bit of contact. Can he get the good traction? No, yes he can. Down the inside, and Lucky Lout no match for that, and it's only hurting Lucky Lout's chances of winning this race. Banks is flying away with it uninterrupted. Lucky Lout's going to have to do something quite incredible to ditch Real Idea. I'm not sure if it will happen. Emre Demir, his teammate, on the other hand, is trying to overtake Fat Nick. And that is a lovely move around the outside of turn. Oh, okay, that's not nothing wrong. Emre did nothing wrong there. Fat Nick just going a bit wide, understeering. But that was initially a lovely move, as Ennis also spins out into last place. It's not a good performance from Ennis. Someone that you'd expect to also be racing an F2, just not looking like it anymore. As Iwan setting the fastest lap by about 3 tenths. Then we've got another yellow flag, and it's for Fat Nick, who's lost the car. Reset to track. Now, was that a reset to track? Well, why was that a reset to track? That gained. Okay, I'm not even sure what happened there. That didn't appear to gain any time whatsoever. He was essentially already in the same position. Andreas is going to go for a move on Gio. No, thinks better of it. Andreas on the soft tyre? I find that quite surprising. What can you do though? Andreas maybe expecting another safety car to happen as Yeast goes down the inside of Jack. Oh, very tight stuff there, but mostly clean. Yeast getting the position and now has to hunt down Murphy. And you can see this controller setup Yeast has going on here is starting to work. It's starting to pay off. Was supposed to be commentating, but I jinxed it. I'm so sorry, I've jinxed it. And Jack goes back down the inside of Yeast, who loses the car on the curb of turn 8. Really, if this is my internet, I'm not sure. Their things aren't looking great, admittedly. If the stream cuts off, you know why. Looking out, trying to go around the outside of Reload Dio, losing loads of time to Banks there, and he just can't get the move done. But he is going to get DRS coming down to turn 4, as Yeast and Jack appear to be going side by side again. Oh, Jack pushed off there. Actually, that might be a reportable offence. And Looking Loud just cannot get past him. This is amazing. He's lost about 1 second in 2 laps. And Austria, 2 seconds or a second in 2 laps is just too much time. You should only really ever be about 2 tenths behind the guy in front of you. Instead, Ridgewell leaving the session. Cannot blame him. Today looked like it could be something good as Yeast is out of the race. I'm trying to find how he done it. Into the wall. Is that possibly a safety car? Yes, it is, but Banks is going to beat the safety car. So someone like Andres has been saved here, but that is unfortunate for Yeast too. I expect Yeast is going to join the commentary box now, unless he's just so angry. We will ask what would happen, but I expect the answer to be something akin to on the exit of turn 5, losing the car and trying to counterbalance it. He's then flown off into the wall towards the second straight. And that is unfortunately his race said and done. I would be gutted if I was him, but we're going to get his fault soon, hopefully. Oh dear. And actually, we have the man here, Alex Yeast. What happened, brother?
All I'm going to say is Alex doesn't know how to drive.
Well, Susie has just crashed it on the safety car and lost his front wheel. So, that is... I don't know if you saw that, Yeast, but... that was the worst crash I've ever seen. I'm not sure how Susie's lost his front wheel, but that's there. Was your crash... did your crash have anything to do with the Geodude? Or was that
No,
just
I
you?
just lost the car, but in the sprint race, he's up the inside into turn 9 and decides to completely push me off the road, breaking my wing.
Well, we have a bit of drama here. That is unfortunate. Are you going to report it? Or...
Absolutely. Sorry, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Not... you're not allowed to swear here. You know that, Yeast. You would never swear.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Well, are you here to now just commentate, or
I don't know.
just do your driver interview?
I'm pretty sure I got food here soon later, so I don't know.
Well, if you want to commentate until your food
just-
gets here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your plan, just to stay on the medium tyres till the end?
The plan was to win the race, but I didn't have the pace.
No. You were getting there.
Yeah.
You were getting there. I could see you getting
I had
faster.
I had to avoid my teammate who lost it on lap 1, so I dropped all the way down to last there.
I did wonder what happened there, because I could see you on the grass, and I
Then
wondered
Murphy
if
was
you'd make contact.
stopped on the apex of turn 3, so I had to avoid him and I lost a place.
Oh.
So I'm probably going to report that. Oh yeah, E1 almost killed me as well on lap 1.
Well,
He pushed me straight into Ennis.
This seems like
I don't
a good
think
day.
people like me.
Oh no. Yeast. That couldn't possibly be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit pissed off, so I got a bit aggressive on everyone else when trying to overtake. So,
Yeah, you did push that wide at one point, and I thought that
I don't really care.
it could be reported. I don't know. I mean, you could just.
Oh well.
You could
What
just.
are they going to do? I'm not a full-time driver. I'll retire again.
Yeah, I was
For
going
the
to say
fifth time this
you could just retire whenever anyone reports you.
Yeah.
And it's like, do we give him the penalty or not? Because he'll come back next week and just with a new alibi. He'll find a new way to drive. This time he's got a go-kart. I like this. But yeah, this race has been the sprint race. I'm guessing you were watching the sprint race.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on what happened in the sprint race aside from you DNFing?
I don't know, I fell asleep halfway through. It's pretty dead.
Oh, well, my mouth is dry because Fat and Ache has some of the best defending I've ever seen.
He almost ruined my qualifying lap.
Oh, is that going to be reported?
I am absolutely fuming at everyone. I haven't seen Lockie on track, but he's probably done something that I can report.
I'm going to say, it sounds like you're about to report me for something.
Yeah.
Just whoever. Someone's going to get.
A few cars crashed in front of me. I had to tap the brakes. We're going to report that. That cost me time in my race.
Oh, God.
I'm absolutely furious.
Oh.
Apple I'm going to report just for existing.
As the steward of this tier, I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
No, I think I've only got 3. I think I have 3.
Okay, only
Not
3.
the 12
but
I was on about.
If you have
Could
3,
increase to
everyone
6.
else has 3. But either way, safety car is in the pit lane. Shrelasco, who I'm not spoke much of today, is now leading this race as other people had pitted. Banks on the hards, and Shrelasco, when is he going to go? As Fatney gets a corner cutting penalty. But Shrelasco goes on the ERS and he's duped Captain Emre. Captain Emre with a very slow start. Banks looking to get around the outside of him into turn 1. Who's going to win? It looks like Banks actually. Emre being very respectful. Fatnik speeding into the pit lane and retiring the car. Tomesis now, Captain Emre getting a bad start. Tomesis going around the outside of Banks. Doesn't work, and Emre sticking his nose back up the inside. Again, not working though. Captain Aries had a terrible safety car restart as Reload DR, the second Alpine, goes round the outside. We have another yellow flag, and Smirteroni's out after a collision with Ennis. And could that be another safety car? Please don't be another safety car. Please. No safety car, doesn't appear. Doesn't seem like it. We got a long train here. Captain Emre going wide. Only 13 people in this race now. People are dropping like flies. Yeah. You're welcome to join in commentating. Unless you
I will
just don't
eventually.
want
I'm just watching back some stuff.
to. Oh yeah, fair enough, that's fine. I spent half of qualifying trying to get Ed Sack to race, so I can't say much. But Shabalasco, very, very good safety car restart. But Banks, we've seen his pace. Shabalasco just spinned it into the wall and lost his front tyres. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh god, I'm so sorry. And the safety car is out. Oh dear. Oh, Shabalasco, I'm never going to commentate about you ever again. I'm so sorry. Oh, and now... And then Noah 12.
Yeah.
So Shabalasco is out of this race. He was leading, but binned it on exit of turn 1 into the pit wall. And now Banks is leading the race again. I mean, Banks has been
What's
dominating
happened to
this race.
Emre?
Huh?
Emre's lost a load of places.
Emre just on the exit of every corner, he was too wide, and then lost out, and then like lost a position to the guy behind.
This guy needs some more front wing.
Does front
And it
wing
won't
change
go wide.
traction?
Yeah. Cameron's
Apo,
coming into pits. Oh no,
Yeah. I think
he is
to me-
coming in.
Yeah. Captain Emre with a horrific pit lane.
What's this lunatic doing?
Like that. But I think Cameron
He hasn't got
also done
damage. He's
No,
put it on.
used.
Are they hards?
Hards for
He's put it on
Emre.
hards to the end.
Oh, same. I'm surprised about that. I thought the mediums would be better. So an Ennis replacing the front wing, going on to another set of medium tyres. The mediums he used in the sprint for 12 laps. They're not going to be
No,
healthy
you get two
tyres.
sets of mediums in a sprint.
No, but it doesn't. Isn't it 2 sets of mediums for the race and the sprint combined?
No, you get 2 fresh sets.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough then. So, but they are 5 laps old. So you use them at some point, but maybe just switching out the mediums. Fair enough. Possibly use them at the start of the race when it first dried up. But this is now, I want to say, our 3rd safety car.
Yeah.
Yeah, our 3rd safety car, and we've got 17 laps to go. So we've got plenty of time for 3 more. We've not had any VSCs. Apo's asking me for tactical advice, and I just can't give it to him.
I can. Put it on the wall. Do it me.
It works. It works.
It works. That way you could be answering questions quicker.
Ennis pits again, so he's realised that these medium tyres are old.
Oh, you put on mediums. Oh.
Yeah. What tyres are you going
I
on
didn't even
now?
notice Ennis was on old mediums. He's going to go on to hards. Softs won't go 16 laps. What's he putting on? Hard tyres.
Well,
Bosh.
Apo, I can't tell you because I forgot what your question was.
Put
So
it in
if
a
you
wall!
Just ask it again, and then I might be able to help.
Liam, tell me, do I need to pit anymore if I don't want Jeff just talking about pitting all the time? Do he pit, yay, nay?
If you're basing your strategy around the annoyance of Jeff talking, your strategy's wrong. So ignore what Jeff says. Just forget Jeff
Pit
exists.
for inters.
Not to mention it's Mark now. It's not Jeff anyway. Jeff's old.
He's always going to be called Jeff. We hate Mark.
Oh, I like Mark. Mark sounds good. Everyone hated Jeff, and then as soon as we lost Jeff, we went, oh no. I feel bad for Jeff. Didn't get
You
respected.
don't appreciate something until you can't have it again.
Yeah. We like the bad radio calls, although we still get them. nothing really changed. The safety car is coming in for the
My
third
favourite
time
moment
now.
of Jeff was when last season at Imola on my pole lap, he spoke to me about 4 times on that lap. I almost crashed about 6 times because of it.
Oh. Well,
Still
Banks,
put it on pole.
yeah,
'Cause I'm
Banks has
fast.
been weaving his car about 6 times, ready, warming the tyres, and he's gone already at turn 9. Turn 7, beautiful exit. Has he juked Reno Deer? Not too much, dipping the tyre in the gravel. But no one getting a fantastic exit. Possibly apart from Tomesis, who looks like he could go down the inside of Andreas, but he thinks better of it for now. And
Oh, you won!
oh, Ewan's gone to the bottom of the field. That's unfortunate. Tomesis overtaking Andreas, and Tomesis, he could go for a move on Jack here. If he's going to send it, is he brave? No, not quite. Captain Array looking to go around the outside of Andres as well. Tomesis is using a lot of ERS here. He wants to get these moves done immediately to the outside, but no, it does not work. Jack closes the door.
You gotta think, with 16 laps left, Cameron, if he just takes his time, he could quite easily win this race.
Absolutely. I mean, we got another yellow flag in this
gone.
Iwan before. Yeah.
Bruh.
Iwan's gone for the second time now.
You may as well put him in the Ferrari, he's spinning that much.
Well, Jack going for
Jack.
an overtake on the Geodude. Is it going to work? No, definitely not going to work. But looking very close there. An Apo on 12-lap-old mediums. That's not looking too good. If there was another safety car, I might pit if I was Apo. Possibly put on a set of softs.
Had a very quiet race up into P4. Considering he was P17 when he almost killed me.
Murphy's been very slowly making a comeback with all these people crashing as Captain Amray overtakes Andreas at turn 1. But
Apo's starting to cause a train here.
These mediums are not great. Iwan retires in the pit lane, and now essentially all you need to do is finish, and you're going to score a point. The Geodude down the inside of Apo, and is it going to work? Absolutely. These 12 laps old, and those mediums are already dead, apparently. That is disgraceful, Tyler. As Iwan leaves the session. But yeah, you're right, Murphy's having a very quiet race, and on new mediums.
He's keeping up with Lockig as well in the leaders.
Yeah. I think Murphy could be a favourite. Oh, hang on. Oh, my internet's not the best right now, but I think Murphy's just about. When is DRS enabled? Okay, DRS is enabled now. Murphy's got the DRS. A Geodude obviously doesn't. He's way too far back. But if Apple can go for an overtake here, he can really, really ruin a Geodude's chances of the top 4.
He's not catching.
No, not quite.
No one is really. Oh. Emre almost went into the back of Cameron.
Yeah. Wait, Ennis is not catching up to these guys at all as well. Stuck behind. Jack around the outside of Apo going into turn 4. Who's going to make the move stick? A little bit of contact. Apo pushing a bit wide, but it's all fair and square. Jack going to have the inside down to turn 5. Long sweeping corner. Apo's going to go for an undercut. No, he can't. Nice switch back. Jack getting P6 and now on the hunt for a Geodude. He isn't running away with this, and Apo is looking like those tyres are bleeding. Apo really going to struggle at the end of this race, if not already.
Yeah, he shouldn't even have a safety car roundabout now if he's going to want to pit again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a launch!
Whoa! Tomesis
I was
on
on board with him
of
the
Apo.
final quarter. He just got godlike traction, and they've collided.
Yeah, it was a minor collision, but Apo might have.
Anyway, here comes Jack.
Oh.
Here comes Lockig. Even. Battle for P2.
Jack
reloaded, launched it up the inside to keep hold of the place, but props to him.
Yeah, Reloaded has been a
Emre and Apo, wheel to wheel. Emre out of ERS already. We've only been racing about 3 laps, boss man. What you done?
Oh god, he's pushing just to get past Apo. Oh dear.
He's still there. This is like good racing. Didn't think I'd be saying this.
Apo keeping it in the inside into turn 6. Nearly contact, but just about get away with it, and Emre secures the position. Looks like Andreas is going to go for a move now. Very, very soon. Those mediums are dead, immediately dead. I don't know what Apple did to them, considering it was about 7 safety car laps on those tyres. But either way, Apo using the DRS from Enray to his advantage. But I think he's clinging on now. I think there's not much else going on. Banks is flying away. Oh!
Andreas got pinched on the inside of the track there, getting past Apo.
No, and
Made the
Apo just pushes him out of the way. Just punts him.
That was a bit naughty.
Yeah, a bit naughty, and Andreas is now relegated to the back of the field, but that could also be reported.
If I was Andreas, if I got the chance to overtake Apo again, I would be very aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging that because he might get reported and be penalised. We do not encourage bad racing in this commentary booth at all. But some of us just do it anyway.
It doesn't stop some people. It doesn't matter what we say. We have fair racing, and if you do drive like an idiot, we will penalise you. And who knows? Maybe you'll be removed soon enough.
Yeah, don't drive like Laxa last week.
Oh no, Linus, you didn't hear it. Cover your ears there. Yeah, Relo Dio looks like he's defending on the inside from Lucky Lau again. Relo Dio tends to get a much better exit, and he actually gets the DRS there. Lucky Lau bottling the overtake, and who knows?
He's not
maybe
bottled it yet.
Oh no, but without the DRS, it would be very hard for him to get past. Around the outside, however, he's given a good attempt at it, and he will have the inside for turn 5, which is where you want to be.
Whoa.
Ooh, but Relo Dio just gets around.
Differential was a bit scary there.
Yeah, that didn't look great. Got another yellow flag. Temesis, he's not out. I don't believe he has damage. No, not quite. Not great news for him. Well, Banks is really flying.
He's got again!
Oh, on the recovery.
He's probably got rear wing damage from slamming the wall of his rear there.
Temesis seems... I feel bad for him, but that does look like...
I really hope he doesn't retire, because if a safety car comes out... As Emre's got past Bailey now.
No, Bailey's span on the first corner, relegating himself to P10. I don't know what quite happened there, but Ennis getting a great drive on Apo, going up into turn 3, up the hill, late braking.
Lock up, contact.
No,
Apo flooring it in the middle of the corner, because why the hell not?
Why not? But Apo now has the DRS, looking to get back past. Is he going to go to the inside of turn 4? Yes, he does. Is he going to dive for him? Not quite. Relo Dio is disconnected. Oh dear. Relo Dio disconnected. He's going to drop down, but he's joined back immediately.
That was very quick.
What? How did he join back?
Huh?
Okay, that is super.
Apo's just been mugged by Andreas in the middle of the second sector as well.
Oh dear. Was it around the outside or the inside?
I don't even know what happened. I was riding on board with Apo, but he seemed like he had all right drive.
Gio's gone. Oh, Gio into the wall. Is that not a safety car? Yes, it is. Temesis is going to be happy there's a safety car, but not happy who caused it. It's so unfortunate. I didn't see the crash.
I think he dived into the pits for mediums here. Surely.
No, I'd say soft.
And he is.
I mean, he's pitting from the hard tyre. What's he going to pit onto?
Soft sort. I mean, if the crash happened just like maybe 10, 15 seconds earlier, he'd be winning this race. Because everyone else would get caught by the safety car.
Absolutely. That's...
But that hasn't happened, so rip.
No, but if he does have rear wing damage, he's still going to be slow. But...
It depends how hard he hit that wall.
But
also, this has answered Apo's strategy dilemma.
Yes, Apo, if you don't pit now...
You dumb.
Yes, Boutinho's added one of your quotes to Golden Quotes now.
Oh,
L.
God.
You just said L when Temesis span. So, that's nice. And everyone's pitting. Absolutely everyone.
Not everyone.
Apart from Andres. Oh, Murphy!
L.
Murphy with a 5-second time penalty shooting into the pit lane. He's not going to serve
Oh,
it
who's
now.
gonna get
But
held up? Anyone getting held up?
oh, that is debilitating.
Are we gonna have some mumble jumble in the pit lane?
Oh,
Bailey stayed out.
What? Oh my, Jack only just beat
Locking
Banks.
P4, reloaded P5, Murphy P6. Absolutely nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. But
Not Apo. Cameron has somehow lost time by pitting a lap earlier.
No, these safety cars, how quickly the first safety car went in with Murphy halfway across the track, I'm not so convinced that Smeesis will be able to catch his safety car.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, no, but I thought that'd be fine for Murphy, and then as the safety car hit the
15
pit lane.
seconds?
Yeah, but as
At the
Murphy
moment?
hit the pit lane, the safety car just went coming in this lap. So
Yeah.
only had about 2 seconds to react. But we're gonna see. I think the safety car should stay out. I don't think the future looks very good for Andreas and JD, especially JD.
This is going to be interesting. Banks, he can't afford. Well, he's a reserve, but he can't really afford to get tangled up with Bailey and Andreas while trying to get ahead of them.
No, I mean Banks
Did
is.
everyone put on softs? Yeah, everyone put on
Yeah,
softs.
everyone. Banks has dominated this race, and if he was to lose
safety
it
car and all
because a back marker, not a back marker, but someone that didn't pit, someone who's unnaturally in the position, Banks would be furious with himself. But I'm expecting better. Apo. How do you get all this time to message the YouTube channel?
He just pauses.
I know, but Apo's...
Puts his controller down.
He's more
And he
focused
has a
with
bubble.
us, though. And there have already been 3 steward reports, by the way. So,
Oh god.
yep, we're not
None
even
of them
there.
are me, so have fun.
And not yet.
Oh, let's have a look. Who's reported who?
Yullerman
Connor
reported
Plump.
Iwan and Shwalasco, and Smetaroni
Smarteroni
reported Ennis.
Ennis. And that's it.
Yeah,
Wait, 2!
Smerteroni's video is a private video though, so you can't actually watch it. So who knows?
Well, that's an instant NFA.
Yeah. Can't see the video. Can't judge the video. Either way,
Should be
safety
penalty
car...
points for footage as well, shouldn't it?
We don't do that, actually.
Huh?
Yeah, we don't do it. We just give you a stern warning, and then we give you another stern warning.
Watch, I know you're listening to a stream, it should be mandatory to provide evidence, and if you don't provide evidence, penalty points should be provided.
We just give lots of warnings. I think, it'll be alright now. It never is. Anyway, the safety car is in for the fourth safety car restart. Andreas, you're gonna think he's gonna be sweating all of these soft runners behind him, but he gets a pretty good start. JD not able to capitalise immediately, but Banks getting a fantastic exit of turn 10. Down the inside, going up into the first corner. Easy dive. Yeah, that was a very easy move. Jack not fighting it too much.
Here comes Lockig as well on Jack.
Oh, which way is he going to go? I think
Jack's
to the
just
inside.
going to get swallowed. Whoa!
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's staying there, to be fair. Props to him. Contact.
A little bit of a push, but not too bad.
And that's the downside of full traction.
Yeah, but Rio
why?
on the inside. Oh, God. Okay,
Someone's
Get
upside
out of
down
here.
here, surely.
You get out of there. Reload
Move for the lead.
Backing out. Banks into the lead of this race. Andreas could only keep him behind for about 2 corners. And we got Rio Diaz in the wall. What? Where? I can't see Rio Diaz. Rio Diaz span, so is Jack. They must have made contact on the exit of turn 4. Jack. I don't know how many. that will probably be removed, but I love that.
he's pitting to retire. That's so sad.
Oh no! Don't pit Jack.
Jack, no.
Get the point.
Jack, don't retire.
There could be another safety car at this rate, frankly.
Or is he going to put on the sauce and go for fastest lap?
Go for fastest lap.
He would have retired by now.
No, Jack wouldn't retire on us.
Good man.
Look at Clout looking for an overtake on Andreas. Doesn't go for it quite yet, but on the run down to turn 4, absolutely.
Oh.
using all of the ERS. Murphy also looking quite close in contention.
Temesis
Apo,
just gave Ennis a tap coming out of turn 4, and Ennis near enough lost the car.
Oh, that might be report worthy. Apo going around the
Apo.
outside of Ennis and making the move
That's the
stick. That's a
benefit of full
fantastic
traction.
move. Yeah, that is a fantastic little move there, Apo. Got to say myself. Banks is already 2.5 seconds ahead, so
Happens.
might be game over. Look at Clout into P2. Interested to see if the race can go wrong
I'm going to put
for
on a
him again.
and see what Apo's doing. I want to see how much he's flooring it out of these corners.
We're going to see. Oh, we got another yellow flag, and it's Captain Emirate's gone this time in the wall, looking the wrong way, and he's retired.
Oh.
He's what? I think he's retired on track, unfortunately. So that will be 8 penalty points. I know it's so harsh, but that is the rule. Why would you retire when there's only 10 people in the lobby? I do not understand that. But either way, now Murphy looking for a move on Andreas. He is holding his own. I've got to say so myself. Andreas probably looking like he's in a better position than he was before the safety car. Murphy not able to overtake as of yet, stuck behind, and with this 5-second penalty, Murphy may be demoted to the back of the field. Although this is the very literal definition of drive to survive currently. 9 people remaining. Not the best one to put in the highlight reel. Murphy's going to go for a move into turn 9. He looked for it briefly, but pulls out. He's a smart man. Apo and Temesis both getting 3-second time penalty. And is that Andreas pulling out?
Car.
Oh, yeah, he's pulling out, but he's going to get the DRS back up to turn 3, so this could be a good strategic decision. Yeah, those hards are not working.
With 3 laps left, if Andreas could just stay in the DRS, because Cameron and Apo have penalties as well, he's going to be on the podium quite easily.
Yeah, you're right there. It has to be, it's either him or Ennis, and I don't think, I'm not sure Ennis can catch up.
Absolute genius.
Yeah, is Temesis going to send it? Ooh, not quite. But for Temesis right now, it's quite happy knowing he's about 4th maybe. Oh my god, Temesis, that is an incredible exit out turn 4. Down the inside of Andreas, turn 5. Andreas probably not going to be able to stick it. Ooh, side by side still. A little bit of a tap.
He still stuck it.
Oh, but Andreas, wow, this is really good driving. Andreas, yeah, the tyre's just lost out now. Apo not going for the move quite yet. Temesis running out of ERS already. So it will be vulnerable there. Oh, Andreas is gone.
Apo went as well.
Apo's out.
They were 2 separate incidents.
Oh, but Apo's lost his tyre. Andreas very, very slow to the line. Oh dear, no Apo. I think Emre and Apo
there's
might
only one way to describe that.
Oh dear,
L.
no. Yeah, L, yeah. I mean, you're overdoing it slightly now.
Ennis is going to be on the podium!
Oh my god, we're going to have to interview Ennis. Oh no.
I don't want to do that.
No, but it's going to be a double Aston. It's going to be a double Aston Martin podium if he keeps up with this. Unless Ennis gets his own time penalty. This could very much be. Yeah, this could be victory for Ennis. I mean, Murphy has to break. How many seconds is that? So that's 3.5. If Murphy can gain a second and a half, he could possibly snatch a P4. But there's only 5 people that are even close to this fight as well. That's tragic. Andreas is driving, I believe, without the front wing. Just securing P7.
He did kind of slam the wall at full speed.
Yeah, and Jackie's so far behind.
Alive.
But Ennis, right on the back of Temesis, is really, really going slowly. I think Temesis might have actually got damage from that incident. Because they are losing a lot of time to Murphy now. And if Murphy can gain 2 seconds on Temesis and 5 seconds on Ennis.
Leader, here we go.
Murphy might still be in contention